Hi, this is Ushio, and welcome back to PacaPlus. We've started getting the endings for this game, and I think it's time for one big final push, just to see what these other endings have got. So we're going to check out some of these other options. So in the last gameplay, we kind of had an invite from Yukari, whether we should go to the roof or not to meet her, and we didn't. This time, we're going to do this, so let's go visit. I replied to her message with an "I'll be there as soon as possible." What are you going to do if you can't trust your girlfriend? I have to take whatever she gives me. I'm pretty sure it's okay if I don't return the costumes immediately. More than that, stores are regularly open into the night, so there should be no problem going, even after listening to her. I put the cardboard box in the corner of the classroom and head to the rooftop. What does she want to talk about? I can't shake my anxiety, so it should be the same for Yukari, right? I won't let Yukari dwell in her worries alone. Yo, did I keep you waiting? Kazuma, no, I got here a few moments ago and sent you the message. Okay, good. I can't keep you waiting after all. Oh, you're kind. She blushes a little bit. Thanks for saving me yesterday at the festival. Did I do something? Didn't you carry me to the nurse's office when I collapsed? You stayed by my side until I woke up. Yes, because you're my girlfriend. Yeah, I'm your girlfriend. Yukari nods to herself. She seems to be satisfied with something. Doesn't it feel like we're skipping class when we're on the rooftop at a time like this? Yeah, kinda does. Okay. So... yeah. She calls me to the roof, meaning there's something she wants to talk about directly. Yukari understands what I want to say, without me even saying the rest. So, is this what it means to breathe in harmony? No, we're not there yet. I don't understand yet what she wants to talk about, so I'll listen intently. Her thoughts, her resolve. Yukari takes slow, deep breaths. I'll accept anything that she tells me. Kazuma, when I got home, I thought really hard about what you said to me yesterday. I looked at myself in the mirror, poked at myself, and tried doing all sorts of things, but I couldn't see myself as anything but human. Oh, okay. After all this, it looks like what I see in this world and what others see are different from each other. But I won't give up with just that. I want to share in your troubles. I want to be a part of your world. I want to know why I started looking like an alpaca to you. So, I want us to work together to find the cause. Oh, Yukari. I feel encouraged by her words. Yukari is saying she wants to share my troubles. She's looking for a solution to what I talked about, which may or may not be real. Now I really can't say I'm going to give up. Women are tough, I see. Thanks. It's too early to thank me. We still haven't found the cause yet. That's true, but I'm just so grateful that you're my girlfriend. The thing is, nobody would ever believe it, yet you do without laughing, and want to find the cause of it together with me. An intense heat rises up in my heart. Something is welling up in my eyes, and I can't help but turn my back to her. Thank you, Yukari. Kazuma, it's fine. Yukari gently hugs me from behind as she says that. Her coat is warm from the sun, and it feels so comforting. We can pull through if we both think it through. Yeah, you're right, both of us can. I'm unable to continue speaking after that. How many years has it been since I've wept like this? I've almost forgotten what it feels like. I can't show Yukari my tears, though. I hold it all in. Yukari gently strokes me, without saying a word. Together we can. She has no basis for it, but even I'm able to believe in this intangible thing. Okay, so this is a more positive approach to our ending than what the last ending was. We have today off to compensate for the festival. We woke up early today to try and figure out why this happened. We meet up at the same spot and we take to school. Morning, Kazuma. Morning, Yukari. But besides that, I honestly can't even fathom where to start. We can't ask anyone about it, so how can we pinpoint the cause? Kazuma, I want us to start on the same page. The same page? Right, I want you to explain to me how you see the world. Just with words is fine. That's fine, but what do you mean? I'll ask the questions. Could you answer them honestly? Understood. I accept her proposal. I feel a bit scared of what she's going to ask me, but I do think we have a bit of a common understanding here. Fact check first. It's not really a question, but you started seeing me as an alpaca on my birthday. Before then you saw me as human, right? Yeah, without question. Then, can I have you look at these? Saying that, she takes out 2 pictures. I take the pictures from Yukari and look at them. One is from June this year during the sports festival. The other is from the school festival that we just had. How do these look to you? I'm speechless. I can't believe what I'm seeing with these pictures. I'd already assumed that human Yukari would be in the previous year's festival photo, but what surprises me is the other one. The picture from this year's school festival is of Yukari as human. What is the meaning of this? So it really is something wrong with my eyes, or is something wrong with my brain? Well, yeah, they look human. So this is how Yukari looked in the maid outfit during the school festival. The Yukari in my memories is cute, but the one in this photo is really cute too. You can have that photo. What? It'd hurt if you said, "Who are you?" when I turn back into human. She looks bashful when she says that. Well, considering she's given me a photo of herself, I can imagine her embarrassment. There's no way I'd forget about Yukari, but I'll still take these gladly. But what I see and what's in the photo are different, so what does that mean? It feels like the closer we get to solving the mystery, the more mysteries that surface. Okay, Kazuma. Okay, what's up now? Now that Yukari is taking the lead, we've been able to uncover things I wouldn't even think about. It feels great not being alone. So this is going to be the last one for now, but Yukari appears hesitant to speak. Is this something difficult for her to ask? Okay, I'm fine, ask me anything. Then, can you touch me? What? No, Yukari, what are you saying? We're in public? Oh, not that. If I'm an alpaca, that means I'm furry, right? So I want to compare the sensation of what you feel when you touch me to what I feel when you touch me. She frantically adds more onto the explanation. Okay, that's why. I've already experienced that though. Remember those times I hugged you? Oh yeah. It felt good. Oh, meaning... Oh, I see. I guess she really wouldn't understand with just good. Your body feels like an alpaca fleece. It's soft and fluffy and feels good. I just want to keep touching it. Not in summer though. I add that on the end. No matter how much I love alpacas, I don't think I could stand going the whole summer in that soft fluffiness. I see. So you don't just see an alpaca, but you feel it too? Feel it? I mean, yeah, that's right. For a second, I think it's some sort of sensor antenna coming out of me, like a feeler. But she said feel it, not feeler. It's true. If she feels like an alpaca when I touch her, then it isn't just something wrong with my eyes. Okay then, that's my last check. Is there anything you want to ask me instead? No, it's fine. Actually, I'd like to think about what we're gonna do about this from now on. Yeah, we're making headway just talking like this, but since today's a holiday, it feels like we should do what we can today. So, what shall we do? Go to the library, go to the hospital, go Alpaca Kingdom again. I don't know. Let's go to the Alpaca Kingdom again. What, right now? Yeah, this happened to me after I came back from there, so maybe there's a connection. Might be true, but isn't it a bit far? It's fine. I thought it might happen, so I checked the bus schedule last night. Wow, you sure are diligent when it comes to this stuff. Your level of preparedness is worrying, is what Yukari seems to be saying. It feels a bit silly, but without anywhere else to search, we end up going to Alpaca Kingdom. Okay, off we go. Return to the scene. Since it's a weekday, the bus we take is almost empty. If you don't count us, there's only about 5 groups of people, couples or families on the bus. That's how empty it is. Because of that, it's understandable that those around us might wonder why 2 students would be going on such a faraway place on a weekday. But yeah, it's great that we got an extra day off today. Oh yeah, it's so empty here because of that, and I can't wait to see all the alpacas. We put on the little show to deflect the oppressive stares of the bus and others. All we can do is pray that we will arrive at Alpaca Kingdom soon. Here we are again. Finally here. Being close to the mountains means the air is really great. So, skipping ahead of the boring few hours we spend rocking back and forth on the bus, it's a bit of an odd spectacle, with dozens of puffy alpacas sitting on the vast grasslands, looking like they own the place. However, this spectacle is the norm here. And that's right, we finally arrived in Alpaca Kingdom. Normally, I'd want to gaze at each one of them and take pictures, but we're here today to uncover Yukari's mystery. There's no time to enjoy ourselves. However, before that... Yo, Yukari, are you hungry? Yeah, a little bit. I didn't have anything on the bus. I'm starving, so yeah, how about we go to that cafe? Cafe's got a sign. You can see the alpacas from the cafe, so yeah, we enter. Glancing at my cell phone tells me it's already past noon. Having eaten nothing on the bus, we decide to first solve the hunger problem. But what are we gonna do? Okay, a cafe. You can see the alpacas from, they said, but it's just a tent. This wasn't here the last time we came, so it must have opened up recently. We tried that alpaca lunch, alpaca curry, and fluffy salad, all of which are alpaca themed. The alpaca lunch is a loca mocha style dish with a hamburger patty and salad on top of rice. The alpaca curry Yukari orders is just a curry with an egg white shaped like an alpaca on top. It's pretty plain for its name, and it tastes pretty bland too. The food in places like this is just to help you enjoy the mood. Yeah, That doesn't seem to be what it's about. It's just a matter of if we have the time to enjoy the mood right now. I wonder what we should do after this. Yeah. It's all well and good to come to Alpaca Kingdom thinking of the causes here, but now that we've arrived, we have no idea where to search, or what to search for. If I were to tell other people here that my girlfriend looks like an alpaca, then the ride home would definitely be awkward. On the other hand, if we simply sit around and twiddle our thumbs, it would defeat the point of coming here in the first place. There's sure is a lot of alpaca here, right? When I mumble that, staring out in the herd of alpacas being fed by the handler, Yukari turns to me with a slightly annoyed expression. Are you including me in that? No, that's the herd of alpaca on that rocky hill. I spit out the water I'm drinking to Yukari's on-the-nose comment. Hey, Kazuma, damn. Here, wipe your mouth. Yukari wipes my mouth with a napkin. Man, I can do it myself, I tell ya. Oh, is everything okay? I'll bring you another water. Seeing me spit out my water, an employee brings me a napkin and another one. Oh, thanks. Thanks very much. Not at all. I hope your clothes aren't too wet. I take a look at myself, and after hearing that, only my shirt's a bit wet, and it's gonna dry soon. It's fine, thanks. That's great then. Are you both students? Yeah, we had an extra day off from school. We have fond memories of Alpaca Kingdom, so we came back here together. My, you two seem quite close. It makes me happy to hear you have fond memories of Alpaca Kingdom. Seeing that employee's carefree smile makes us break into smiles too. I think this employee is working here because she loves alpacas and Alpaca Kingdom. Okay, if she works here, then she might know a bit about situations like Yukari's. Okay, can I ask you something? Okay, what's up? Well, how to say it, people, you see, are there times that people look like alpaca? Humans? You mean like costumes? No, like they themselves appear to be alpacas. You know, have you ever heard of that kind of story from people who came here before? I mean, I've not heard of anything like that. I've heard little children saying, I want to be an alpaca, but you don't mean that, do you? No, not really. Then, no, I don't really know. Sorry. Oh, don't worry. Sorry for asking such a weird question. I'm sorry to bother you. After we apologise to the employee, she disappears back into the store. Okay, this could be harder to talk about with people than what I thought. This employee was kind enough to listen to us, but normally we'd be ignored. Given the subject matter and everything, you know. Yes, so what do we do? Next time, maybe I'll try asking. Yeah, please do. I always end up blabbering endlessly. Okay, let's do it. We move to the ranch area where the alpacas are after finishing our late-ish lunch. We'll keep searching. Excuse me, sorry to bother you while you're working. Okay, what's up? I'll try asking the caretaker preparing food for the alpacas. That's mainly because I have a hard time talking to grumpy people, but he has a kind face. Have you ever become so overwhelmed by your other animals while you work that you start seeing other people as animals too? Like, say, seeing people as alpacas? Everyone here sure does love animals, but seeing things as alpacas? I don't know. Mumbling repeatedly, the caretaker ponders Yukari's polite, straightforward inquiry. Well, sometimes when I'm touching the animals, it does sort of feel like I'm one of them. Yeah, well, of course. But I've never seen another human's face look like an animal's face, though. Oh, yeah, but of course. Yukari's shoulders droop when she hears the caretaker's sensible answer. Oh, by the way, if I went and asked the other caretakers that, they might think I'm crazy, and I'd probably just lose my job. Oh yeah, that's true. Thank you very much. Yeah, well that's obvious. Crazy might be pushing it, though. Kazuma, don't make that face, okay? You're right, this isn't the time to be discouraged. I say those words to comfort myself, but it really isn't that easy to just change how you feel. Oh, I know. How about we try retracing our steps from the last time we were here? We might understand something by doing that. Okay, let's do that. Yukari really does seem reliable, coming up with our next course of action like that. So, should we start at the entrance to Alpaca Kingdom? Okay, back to the start. We're going to do it one more time. We tried replicating everything that happened during our previous dates here as faithfully as possible, but feed the alpacas, no apparent change. Walking with them, of course no change. Yukari touches the alpacas, still no change. I touch the alpacas, not a glimmer of a change apparent. Have the alpacas spit all over me, no change. Well, no, the alpaca is annoyed and spat on me without doing anything. Nothing works. We're at a complete loss, after doing and thinking of everything just as before. Yukari is taking a while to get back. Yukari went to the bathroom by herself, so I'm sitting on the bench alone, having a drink as I wait for her to return. This really is turning out to be pretty much a date like last time. What should I do? Glancing up at the sky, I see white clouds floating placidly above the highlands. The sun feels really bright, probably because it's begun to set. A humid wind passes lightly over me, but it doesn't seem like it can clear away the clouds in my heart. Kazuma, I'm sorry to keep you. Oh, what's wrong? Welcome back. I briefly wonder why my vision is suddenly blocked by fur before Yukari's face appears. We ended up gaining nothing at all. It's getting late too. When I check my cell phone, I see that it's already evening. If we don't get to the bus within the hour, we're never going to make it home. What could be the cause? What should we do? Yukari drops down next to me as I clench my teeth in frustration. Kazuma. Her sun-fist fur coat wraps around both my arms. It feels like all the aggravation in my heart disappears with the sun's gentle aroma. There are days like this, so don't panic, okay? We might as well just let it go and treat the trip like a date. Oh, Yukari. Okay, I'm interested in that alpaca ice cream I saw at the store back there. What? What could they have put in that? I sure do wonder. Let's go see. Hey, don't pull. Come on, let's hurry. In one smooth motion, Yukari grabs my hand and starts running toward the store. I'm pulled from the bench, and then I run along with her. We ended up not finding a thing here at Alpaca Kingdom, but another page of memories has certainly been written for Yukari and me. That alone makes the trip a success. After having our fill of Alpaca Kingdom, we board the same bus and head back home. Okay, it's late. Well, it can't be helped. Sorry for having you stay up with me until now. What's wrong, Kazuma? Yukari points her hoof at me. At times like this, it's not I'm sorry, but, oh, that's right, we promised we'd find a solution together. Yukari, thanks for today. Cool, let's do our best tomorrow too. Yeah, the match is only over when you give up. You know it, so I'll see you tomorrow. I'll come back to pick you up tomorrow morning. From my house? That's kind of a hike, spare me. I'm not that much of a morning person. I could do it if I'm told I have to, though. Yeah, I know, I'll see you here tomorrow. Yukari sticks out her tongue. Oh, she was joking. Whenever Yukari says something, I always have to take it seriously. That's one of her charms. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. I'll watch her get on the bus when it arrives and then head home myself. We just started out searching for the cause, but finding the key is still far off. Is tomorrow going to be the day we reveal a clue to help us understand? No, I shouldn't be pessimistic. I believe that we'll find something. This game just keeps going. I thought we were near the end, and it just keeps going. Day 2 of researching, and as expected, we still haven't solved anything. Yukari and I put our desks together and have lunch. Oh man, I sigh heavily. You know what they say about sighing your luck away? Oh, I hurriedly suck in another breath. If my luck flies away in this situation, the conclusion will be that much further away. You sighed thinking about yesterday? Well, sort of, yeah. You think it would be obvious, but I never imagined our inability to explain our situation to others would put us in such a bind. Oh, Kazuma, can I take your mini omelette, though? Oh, I mean, I don't mind, but... Yukari is already reaching out to my lunch with her chopsticks before I finish. Wow, she's so brazen in front of me, when she can't even ask that of anybody else. Well, I don't really mind, since it means that she's opened up her heart to me. Okay, what's our strategy for today? Let's see. There's no point in repeating what didn't work yesterday. Then we should look at this from a different angle. Okay. Go again. Hospital. About the library. Yeah, library. We might be able to find a clue if we look up illnesses or other cases like mine. It's true, if it's difficult to explain it to others, then it might be best to look for answers ourselves. I don't know what the hospital would do, that would be weird. We wait for school to get out and make our way over to the school's library. It isn't that large of a library, but it does house quite the collection within. Okay, so what books should we look at? It's hard to decide, with there being this many. I walk around with Yukari to check on which categories there are until we return to our starting point. We're definitely not going to have enough time if we just go from start to finish. We really should narrow down the categories. Oh, it might be good to try using their search engine. Okay, they got one of those, don't they? I yell without thinking. The other students glare at me. Yelling in the library? Yeah, that's going to be a bother. Sorry, I apologise within my heart. Other than studying when Yukari invites me along, I've not really used the library that much. I believe I was told about it when the school systems were explained to me, but I completely forgot. So we sit at a catalogue PC. I place my hands over the keyboard and do a search, but what shall I search for? So I try putting in alpaca, but the only entries that come up are animal encyclopedias. Okay, so it doesn't look like we're going to find much just by looking up alpaca ecology. Just a suggestion, but how about looking up some medical books? I'll see, there might be some value in reading documents about diseases involving animal traits or sudden mutations, for example. Mutation? Hey, wouldn't it be worth looking up old newspapers? It seems like it would be picked up in the news if there were sudden cases of people changing into alpacas. I mean, yeah, there might be an incident. Oh, if you think it might be a mutation, then it might be worth researching witchcraft, miracles, and curses. She's right, miracles and magic, that could be it. That does seem like the least probable out of the three possibilities we just listed, though. It seems more meaningful to search for actual facts than to look up things with no scientific basis. But for now, I'll dig through past newspapers, so you can look up the medical books. Okay, got it. We split up and begin looking up different things. I read over a vast number of newspapers wielding a level of concentration I've never used before. Of course I can't read every article, so I just glance at the headlines and follow up if it seems promising, but I'm not sure. Are you okay? I might have gone a bit overboard. I continued to read, without a moment's rest, until I finally finished with everything. But I have a whole lot of nothing to show. There are some articles about fish-faced people and animals that look like humans, but those are completely different. There are some editorials about human-like animals and humans raised by animals, but those are irrelevant too. How cruel reality can be. All my efforts were for nothing. I read over all the newspapers they have, but I didn't turn anything up. How is it at your end? Not too good over here either, to be honest. There are phenomena of seeing objects as different objects, but only seeing one specific thing as another seems to be different. Which is true. I'm only seeing Yukari as an alpaca. No one else looks like it to me. Also, the more specialised the books, the more specialised the lingo, so I can't understand it all. Yeah, I can't help that. We aren't doctors or med students, so of course we don't know that stuff. Actually, it's a wonder she even tried reading such difficult books for my sake. And yet we still have nothing to show. I just don't get it. I stretch out in the chair. This is just the second day of searching, though. I don't think we can find it that quick. Well, yeah, it's true. Everything just seems pretty grim. You know, God never gives you more than you can handle. Oh, I remember someone saying that before. That just seems like a fancy way of saying not to give up, but regardless, it's still a bit early to throw in the towel. Anyway, it looks like they're closing up for the day, so let's do some more searching tomorrow. Oh, is it that late already? Compared to summer, the sun really does set pretty quickly, but it's still pretty bright compared to winter. Well, let's call it quits for today then. Is it just that it's going to be difficult to find the answer with our amateurish way of thinking? We end up going home without learning anything new. Okay, it's dark again. It feels like the sun's setting earlier lately. I didn't think it got this dark this early in summer, but I feel like noticing it means that winter's coming. No, it's not a problem. Oh, what about Club? Could she be skipping it for our investigation? If so, I'll feel really bad. We're off for a week after the festival. Oh, I see. Thank goodness. Of course, I don't want to investigate this so badly that I robbed Yukari of her fun. When the club starts back up again next week, we can't go investigating like we are now. I'll be able to keep moving by myself, though. I won't have as much time as I do now, but I'll help as best I can. Thanks. You're welcome. Are you alright by yourself, with Black Cat and all? Yeah, I got a day off today, so I'll be on tomorrow. So, no searching tomorrow. I'm sorry. That's not your fault. There are things I can look up at home, so I'll try doing that. Yukari's bus arrives as we're talking. Well, I'll see you tomorrow. Careful on your way back. When the bus Yukari is on vanishes from my sight, I change direction and take off on the road home. It's been 2 days since we started our investigations to uncover the cause of my problem, and we haven't found a single clue. Well, there's no point in fretting. I'll take my time looking for the answer alongside Yukari. Alright, another day. After the festival, I went to the cafe to work rather than going to do research. We went here and there, trying to solve this weird predicament, but we have nothing to show of it as yet. I didn't think we'd be able to figure it out this quickly, but not being able to find any leads at all still leaves me a bit frustrated. There's no point in running around blindly, though. I grumble complaints to myself and sigh as I dry the dishes. I spoke with Yukari at lunch today, and we decided to form a hypothesis to see where it takes us. It's our 3rd day of investigating, but no change. We try a lot of things by trial and error, but nothing changes from that day. Really, the only change is that I'm losing some motivation. It's only the 3rd day. It's still too early to give up. The way Yukari says that has a little less vigour than yesterday, though. Just for now, though, hypothesize at least one thing and try acting on it, okay? What do you mean by that? All the investigating we've done up till yesterday ended in a day, right? Instead of doing it like that, try researching one thing in detail. From there, spend a month just constantly researching that just one thing. I understand what she's getting at, like going to the library every day, or even going to Alpaca Kingdom every day. Oh, that might be too much of a good thing. Besides, even if I worked more shifts, I wouldn't be able to afford going every day. And then there's school. I'd love to go to Alpaca Kingdom every day, though. Oh, it wouldn't be too bad to work at Alpaca Kingdom after I graduate. Alongside Yukari, of course. That'd be paradise. Hello? Oh, my bad, I'm daydreaming. Thinking about alpacas again. Oh, yeah, I'm an alpaca too. Yukari smiles wryly as she sighs. Okay, one hypothesis, right? I panic and return to the subject at hand. Yeah, that's right. We're having a strategy meeting right now. Of course I agree, but what kind of hypothesis should we form? Well, the first question is if it's something with me or you. Isn't it me? Everyone else seems fine. There is that possibility, but I can't shake the feeling there's something not quite right. Yukari folds her arms and begins to think. It's a bit adorable the way she's saying but she's thinking seriously, so it'd be a bit rude to say so, wouldn't it? What's not quite right? I'm not really sure, but this happened to me on my birthday, right? Yeah, that's right. I think that there are 3 key terms to this incident: Alpaca, Alpaca Kingdom, and my birthday. Which is true, Yukari definitely changed into an alpaca after going to Alpaca Kingdom on her birthday, but if this was all you, then I feel like it wouldn't have happened exactly at that time. Is it a coincidence? Might be, but, I think I probably pay closer attention to you than even you do. If it were an illness, say, I'd notice changes in you. She says something so embarrassing so easily. When I become flustered, Yukari realizes what she just said and turns away embarrassed. What about you? Did you notice if there are any changes in me like that? Changes? This time I fold my arms and ponder. I tried recalling how Yukari was before going to Alpaca Kingdom, but it seems the same as always in my memories. She didn't seem unwell, nor did she appear to be grappling with a problem. No, can't think of anything. I see. Just if I became an alpaca, would you still love me? Oh, I flashed back to the time Yukari said that. How did I answer? I recall saying, of course. Could it have been that there was a mysterious power in those words that caused Yukari to transform? Yeah, right. That's just a fantasy. No, but this is a fantasy situation. The fact that it's so far-fetched actually makes it seem more possible. Did you remember something? Hey, Yukari, this is a weird situation, right? That I look like an alpaca to you? Yeah, so it's fine to think that there's a chance that it's something paranormal, right? Paranormal? We've only been thinking about this in rational terms so far, right? That's the obvious thing to do. We're living in a human society after all. Aren't we stuck because we're bound by those presumptions? Shouldn't we try assuming that you actually transformed into an alpaca? Transformed? She repeats the word after me. Did I say something strange? Oh, do you know that novella, The Metamorphosis? Yeah, by name at least. The main character, Gregor Samsa, wakes up one day to find that he's been transformed into a giant cockroach, you see. Wakes up in the morning. Yeah, you slept like a baby. Woke up early this morning, so you were probably really tired. Makes sense. I fell asleep on the return bus ride, didn't I? See, doesn't it seem similar to the situation here? Yeah, it is similar. It was Yukari transforming instead of me, but it still seems like there's a hint somewhere in this. So, how did Samsa change back? Yukari. Yukari falls silent. Was it that bad? You see, in the metamorphosis, he didn't go to work, and his family told him not to leave his room. He's finally abandoned by his family and left to die. Oh wow. I'm unable to speak. I'd thought up until this point that it'd give a clue, since there are similar situations, yet all this means is that there's no solution. A long silence. Neither of us can find the words. Neither Yukari nor I break the silence. Instead the bell chimes, signalling that lunch is over. Yeah, that was a downer. Yeah, it's fine. You wouldn't abandon me, even if I do look like an alpaca. Yeah. I want to add a confident, of course, but I answer meekly, unable to pump myself up. So, let's try again tomorrow. Yukari forces herself to smile, but that makes it hurt even worse. However, we have to force ourselves to laugh, so that we don't give up for today. Okay, how did it end up like this? During a moment of peace, when there's no customers, Mr. Mataka sits down in a chair and gracefully flips through a newspaper. But then he looks up, smiling, and speaks kindly to me. What's going on? Something troubling you again, or is it still the same thing as before? Come to think of it, didn't I ask the boss advice last time? It's more like the nature of it changed, rather than a continuation. There's less distance between Yukari and me, so I'm worried about something new, but the root problem's still the same. How to put it? You know they say the truth is stranger than fiction, right? Has something strange occurred? I feel hesitant, but decide to explain the current situation to my boss. Boss, does Yukari look like a human to you? What do you mean? Has something happened? I'm not sure why, but Yukari looks like an alpaca to me. Like, an alpaca? I wasn't sure how to explain it, and end up taking the direct approach. Ever since her birthday, Yukari has looked like an alpaca to me. Even if he doesn't believe me, he won't think I've lost my mind. He might actually laugh and praise my sense of humour. But instead, birthday, alpaca, Yukari. Instead of laughing, he mumbles the same things that Yukari did at lunch. So, those are relevant points. It feels like I've heard something like this before. What? From who and when? Now, calm down. Oh, sorry. I'm shot to attention because I hadn't expected to hear that. It's not as if I'd learned anything about this. If I tried to push him, he might not be able to remember at all. I'll do some slow, deep breathing to calm my nerves and ask him again. So, what could have that been? When you say Yukari, you mean Izumi, no question? Yes. I don't remember it too clearly, since this was quite a long time ago. Taking a deep breath, Mr. Mitaka continues to speak. I believe it was Yukari's grandfather. No, it might have been her great-grandfather I heard this from. I thought he just made it up though, so I laughed it off. I still my dishwashing hand, setting my whole body to listen to his tale. You know that the Izumi family are prestigious traders, correct? Yeah. There were so many things in Yukari's warehouse when I went that time during school festival, stuff you'd expect traders to have. There was a time when her great-grandfather's fiancé broke off their engagement, and subsequent matchmaking attempts for her great-grandmother were a failure after failure. Okay. It seems that the reason for that was because her fiancé and prospective bridegroom saw her as an animal instead of a human. An animal instead of a human? So when he says animal, does he mean an alpaca specifically? Or different animals? No, that point doesn't matter. Then what happened to Yukari's great-grandfather? It seems her great-grandfather fell head over heels for her, saying that that was fine, and then she turned back into a human. What? But then the most important part is missing. Or is it that this would be solved over time? That's just something I heard long ago, and I thought he was joking, so I don't know any details, I'm sorry. I see. It feels like I'm getting much closer suddenly, but I haven't yet reached the heart of the matter. Why not ask Yukari's parents directly? Her parents? That certainly would be the faster route. However, I haven't met with Yukari's parents since that incident during the entrance exams. I do feel weird about going to see them, but I shouldn't worry about that if it's for Yukari. If it comes to it, I can just grovel for forgiveness for that previous matter. You're right, I'll try it. I'll make up my mind to contact Yukari immediately, so that by tomorrow we can... Oh, I'll have work tomorrow. But even waiting one extra day to ask would make a difference to me. Boss, about work. You want to ask Yukari's parents about that? Yeah. Well then, I guess I'll have my daughter come to work tomorrow. I believe she's free. Thanks very much. My boss knows everything about me. I just planned to tell him everything to get it off my chest, but before I knew it, I'd received valuable information. I become overly excited, shaking the owner's hand to the point of practically shaking it off. No, rather, I'm just grabbing onto his hand. So if this helps me find something out, then Yukari's also... Oh no, we are still going forward. We are finding out new things. Okay, here we go. We're going to Yukari's house. I go to Yukari's house the next day. I'm meeting my girlfriend's parents, so I'll wear a finely pressed shirt and try to keep up appearances. Last night I told Yukari the information my boss gave me, so by now she should have told her parents about it. Morning, Kazuma. Morning. So, come in. Yukari invites me inside. Pardon me. I take off my shoes and arrange them neatly before heading into the living room. Little things like this are how you show what sort of person you are. Or rather, that's what I've been told. Wait in the living room, I'll bring the tea. After saying that, Yukari goes to the kitchen, leaving me by myself in the living room. Hey, don't leave me here alone. This feels awkward. I think to myself, then look around the room, but oh, there's no one here. Yukari, where are your parents? I turn toward the kitchen, calling out to Yukari. Oh, they're not here. They got Saturday off, but they work on holidays. I see. Today's the 23rd of September. In other words, autumnal equinox. So, they're not here. For all the effort I've put in, I feel like I've been duped. Okay, here you go. Yukari brings out the tea. Did you want to meet Mum and Dad? No, it wasn't that. It was more like I thought they'd know more about this than you. Yeah, I was really curious about it after getting your call. I couldn't wait, so I asked them. Oh, is that so? Well, if your parents can help you solve something, you might as well ask them, since you kinda live with them. So Mum and Dad said they have a good idea of what's up, but they didn't talk much about the actual event. I wonder why. Could it be hard for them to tell her? Like it's similar to Kafka's Metamorphosis? Wait, no, he said Yukari's great-grandma turned into a human, so that'd be impossible. There must have been some reason for them not to elaborate. You think so? Oh, but they did say to go search the warehouse. The warehouse? As in the warehouse we searched through for the school festival? They said there are lots of old writings and such stored there, including the Izmi family history. Okay, off we go. Yeah, they said it might have a hint. Then let's strike while the iron's hot. We immediately get off the couch and head toward the back door of the Izumi residence. Here, Kazuma. Yukari hands me a small key. What's this? They told me the writings are in the locked box, but they forgot which one it was, so they said to look for it ourselves. Oh, I see. One's private family history isn't something you can just show anyone, so it's no surprise it's locked. Well, let's get going. Okay, here we go. I head to the warehouse with Yukari. It isn't that long of a path, but it feels much longer because of how fast my heart's beating. This should probably be a step towards a conclusion. I understand it's not good to get my hopes up, but I can't help myself. Unlocking the rusted padlock, we enter the dimly lit storage room. Big as ever. Saying this place is as big as my entire house might not be an overstatement. Yukari's parents are probably running an import company now, but long ago everything was most likely stored here. Okay, what box I wonder? I have a good idea where things are located because I came here for the school festival, but there are so many kinds of boxes. The key's the hint. Right, I guess the only thing we can do is search by checking each lock to see if it fits. Okay, we're not going to get anything done if we just stand here talking. We'll search from top to bottom. Rolling up my sleeves, I check if the key opens up the boxes in one of the corners. Yukari holds the flashlight, lighting up my hands. Okay, this isn't right either. Then this one? About an hour after we begin our search, suddenly Yukari speaks up, and my hands go dark. I wonder what's up, and look to my side. Oh, Yukari is opening up an unlocked box. What is it? Did you find something? Is it possible the family history is in an unlocked box? If so, then we have a lot more boxes to look through. Oh, sorry, I found sheet music I had back in elementary school. It just took me back. Oh, sorry, don't surprise me. Oh, sorry. No, it's fine. I do feel a bit tired, though. My back is starting to hurt, since I have to bend over to do most of this. I say upsy-daisy like I'm an old man, and sit down on something chair-like. It's covered with an old dust cloth, and it's rough, so it isn't particularly comfortable. Maybe have a look at that thing. Oh, Kazuma, I think that's a reliquary. A reliquary? What's that? My mind goes, what? Hearing a word I'm not familiar with. The religious relic reposed in the reliquary. Okay, isn't that a pretty good tongue twister? I'm not saying it again. The religious relic reposed in the reliquary. Stop making me say it, I can't say it. I'm a bit annoyed that I can't say it, but damn, maybe I should practice a bit. No, let's give Yukari a challenge. Hey, Yukari, could you try saying the religious relic reposed? I can't even say it for me. Say that quick, please. Oh, damn. I can't ask her to say this if I can't say it. What? She gets confused. I'm sorry, I'll just apologise in my mind for now. A reliquary is a chest used to hold relics? Can you move, please? Oh, okay. I'll stand as Yukari asks to remove the sheet. Like she said, there is indeed a wooden box under the sheet. Oh, this chest is locked. Key, please. Handing the key over to Yukari, I shine the flashlight over her hands, inserting the key into the lock and turning it with a click. It's opened. Okay, let's open her up. This is the box. Upsy-daisy, what? Yukari tries to open it, but it doesn't budge. Just now it unlocked, didn't it? Yeah. I think I heard the sound of a lock turning. Okay, let me try. Please. I put all my strength in trying to budge the lid. It starts making a cracking sound and then opens ever so slightly. Just a bit more, Kazuma. Yukari cheers me on. Here we go. The lid finally pops open with a big clunk. Well, that was heavy. I can see why those fluffy arms of hers couldn't get the job done. There's lots of old books stuffed inside. Yukari, wasn't this supposed to hold old relics or something? Yeah, it should be, but it seems like it's being used for something else. We're still speaking, but it feels like neither of us are really here, because we finally found it. No, it's still a bit too early to celebrate. This could just be a collection of books. However, there's no doubt that the family history is in this box, for the key opened it. Oh. I swallow a breath. Let's have a look. Sure. I pick up the first old book. As you'd expect, it's covered in dust, which causes us both to start coughing. Maybe we should have brought a vacuum cleaner with us? She says it jokingly. No, we haven't got that kind of time. Right. Yukari's expression seems to say that she's content with the explanation I've given. Log of Genii Izumi, first head of the Izumi family. Could it be that these start all the way back with the first generation? Then which generation is Yukari's great-grandfather? If we don't know that, then we're just going to waste time. Hey, Yukari, do you know which generation of Izumi you are? Or your great-grandfather's name? I need to ask my dad. Great-granddaddy's name... She likely knows her parents' and grandparents' names, but of course, she'd not really have ever met her great-grandfather, so it's not out of the question that she wouldn't know. It's okay if you don't know. Sorry, I wish I asked my dad yesterday. I'd be a bit scared if you were that prepared. I'll rub Yukari's head. Since it's your great-grandfather, I guess he'd be born around the Taisho or the late Meiji period? Oh yeah, that's right. We could figure it out if we split them up by era. Or, if it's only like 4 generations, you could just start with the most recent book and work your way backwards, no? Then let's split up and start searching. Okie dokie. We divide up the books, first between us, and then by era. They are old books, so they'd probably break apart if we're too rough. And we need to treat them with care. There's so much dust, though. We might not need a vacuum cleaner, but a couple of masks wouldn't hurt. Every time we speak, we risk breathing dust and coughing, so Yukari and I continue in silence. Okay, that's about it. We split them into the Keio, Meiji, Taisho and Showa periods. So the period before Meiji was called Keio? Never knew that. So the Taisho and late Meiji period should be around here. Yukari shows me 2 or 3 books that she's picked out. This is from the 4th generation, Suemon Izumi, and this is the 5th, Aoi. Okay, Aoi Izumi? Girls can be the heads of households in the Izumi family. Yeah, it seems whoever writes the family history becomes the so-called head of the household. So there are times when they're written by women. Okay, so that means you'll be writing one. Oh, I'm not writing one yet. Dad still has his to write. Not yet, she said. So that means that when Yukari grows up, she'll have to write one. It's pretty incredible to think of writing something that's going to be passed down for generations to come. It's not that great. It's not much different from keeping a diary. She feels me staring and rushes to correct me. But Yukari, do you understand how much of a task it is to have to write a diary every day? I remember when I was given that as homework and panicked because I had to make the whole thing up the night before it was due. She's a woman like me, so why not start with Aoi? Roger. Open Aoi Izumi's family record. I was sure they'd still use quills and ink, but that isn't the case. It's written in pen. Okay, so what's in there? I read out the first page. I am Aoi Izumi. From henceforth, I will continue recording the family history in the stead of my father, Suemon. I'm now 14. As my father is off trading, I feel I must guard both my mother and house. The first part is an introduction. Being this independent and 14, it must be the difference in generations. After that, it continues on about her dad's business and the state of affairs in Japan. At that point, I start to feel that there might not be any clues in there. In the August of the 5th year of Showa, I find a record that catches my attention. August 13th. Last night my father obtained a pair of animals from South America. It is said that though difficult, they can be sheared to procure an extravagant fleece. The name of this animal appears to be an alpaca. There we go. This is it, right here. August 15th. These alpacas appear quite worn and seem quite fatigued from the long journey to Japan. Frankly, their fleece does not appear to be of market quality. This is too much to read line by line, so I pick out relevant parts and read them out loud for Yukari. I only read out sections so Yukari can understand it. Father was enraged and beat the female of the pair to death. What? He killed it? August 16th. I tried to enter the fenced area to bury the remains of the female, but as I did, the male alpaca spat upon me. Father tried to kill the male out of anger, but I stopped him. Unnecessary killing is meaningless. August 17th. From its agony in losing its partner, the male alpaca appears to have followed the female into the afterlife. They weren't even there a week. And that's the last record on the alpacas. There is a new topic record for the next day. I flip through, trying to read until the end. The most interesting piece of information is probably that she started associating with a suitor. At the time when Aoi Izumi started dating, she was the same age as Yukari, so I glance over to her. I then begin reading December of year 6 of Showa. December 25th, it's my birthday. I thought something wonderful awaited me today, but it was nothing but sadness. My suitor, Sasasuke, took off running the minute he saw me. December 29th, I had gone to see my Sasasuke, but he screamed out, asking who I might be. I announced myself, but yet he believed me not. December 30th, I've received a letter from Sasasuke. He wishes for our relationship to come to an end. I begged the reason, and yet have not received any clear one. He said it was because I'm disgusting. Did something happen on her birthday? So, this really was it. Yeah, this is it. I turn the page. The year changes from Showa 6 to 7. Aoi has a matchmaking event. She fell for this partner, they make arrangements, and then he asked, what is this furry beast, and cut all ties with her. Furry beast? Could this be about alpacas again? Believing that such an upstanding man could not be lying, I consulted my parents. When I did so, my father trembled, as he feared he'd understood why. I asked the reason of him. He has said that he heard a mysterious voice upon the death of the male alpaca. Those you love shall suffer, to never be loved, is what he heard. December 25th, my father passed away. The preparations for the funeral shall keep me busy. Today as well would be my birthday. It must have been harsh, losing her father on her birthday. She probably couldn't have ever really celebrated her birthday again after that. December 26th, I had a strange dream. Someone was advising me. A curse has been placed on all females of my lineage. After the age of 16, upon the appearance of a person whom they hold dear, they shall take the form of an alpaca. However, only those who love them shall see them as an alpaca. Curse? Then it's my fault. Okay, this seems probable, yeah. All others shall see them as human. It's the exact same situation that I'm in. Yukari really is under the alpaca's curse, so... There is but one way to release the curse. The one they love must wholeheartedly love them back. They must also make this blessing clear. I've decided to wait for the one who loves me from the bottom of their heart. From here, it goes on about her falling in love with someone and then being hated, engagements being made and then broken. The cycle repeats for a while. It makes for a depressing reading. Yeah, it does. Reread up until Showa Year 12, August 31st. I've met an odd fellow. He said it was love at first sight. September 1st, this odd fellow continues to hover about me today. His name is Sosaburo. I have given up on hoping, as someone such as myself can be loved by no one. I pray for my mother's forgiveness, but I have chosen to live my life alone. I have given up on having a family. September 15th, undeterred, Sosaburo continues to come to me and tell me strange tales. I feel him entering my heart. I fear I shall fall for him. September 20th, Sosaburo finally begins to see me as an alpaca. It seems I have fallen for him too. With this, all shall be over. Again, I will be alone. Or so I thought, but Sosaburo accepted me, chuckling and saying, well, aren't you cute this way as well? September 23rd, Sosaburo has called upon me in formal attire. He brought with him a bouquet of roses. How unbefitting of him they were. I asked him the meaning of this, and he proposed, asking, will you marry me? I asked if he could accept me as this, and he laughed and said, of course. My tears wouldn't stop. I should spend the rest of my life with this gentleman. When I accepted his proposal, Sosaburo took my lips. It seems that I returned to being human at that moment. After that, they spent their days in happiness, brought about an heir, and spent their lives as traders. And that's the end. This is the true nature of the alpaca's cursed bit. Okay. Both Yukari and I are flawed after reading such unrealistic subject matter. Kazuma, yeah. I'm unable to look right at her. Yukari seems to understand it as well. For what we need to do next, we need to be brave. To break the curse, basically. Yukari, yeah. Could I do exactly as was written down? Exactly what that great young man did? Yeah, of course. I believe in you, Kazuma. Yeah, then could you close your eyes for a bit? Okay. I gently embraced Yukari by the shoulders. The fluffy sensation causes me to hesitate. That's right, there's no need for verification. The girl before me is an alpaca. It isn't wet but damp, that sensual and delicate fur-covered nose, that strangely vivid, human-like mouth. Even though I love her, even if I'm prepared, it's hard to feel dignified when it's not with another human. Okay, does it take time? It seems hard for her to bear having her eyes closed in silence. Oh, sorry, I'm just worried, I guess. No, it's fine, I'm not scared. I can feel you touching me. I can feel you, so I'm not afraid. Yukari. I'm completely frazzled, yet Yukari seems relatively calm. I can tell she's worried too. She must really believe in me. Even with my eyes closed, even in the darkness, I'm fine. That's right, what I see before me isn't reality. Yukari always wakes up when I'm confused by what's right in front of my eyes. And that's the reality I believe. And now it's my turn. And that's why I know my reality is with Yukari. I need nothing else, and this is all I need. I focused everything on Yukari and shut out the world as I see it. I see. It's just as you said. Kazuma? I have my eyes closed right now. I can feel exactly what you feel. The flow of Yukari's life, the proof of her existence. I feel as if I'm touching that. Yukari's figure, her heat, and her weight. I can follow it blindly, to the letter. It's strange. Okay, what is? I feel so anxious, and yet I'm not afraid. I feel her warmth radiating against me, and at the same time, my love for her swells. It's somewhat similar to how I feel when I think about alpacas normally. Yeah, I end up with that thought, after coming this far. I cringe a bit, recalling how much of a fool for alpacas I am. Yukari. Since I have my eyes closed, I don't have to think of anything unnecessary, and that's how I can move, as my heart allows, without needing to prepare myself. I placed my hand on Yukari's cheek, just as that great young man did in the past. Yukari holds her breath, and my hand is once again wrapped in warmth. A blazing light envelops us at that moment. It's so bright that I have to shut my eyes. The flash whites out my sight, then a glow like twilight slowly surrounds us. How much time passes me by? I slowly open my eyes, and before me, Yukari appears as human. Yukari gazes at me fearfully. Okay, it's going on its own. Okay, the game started skipping on its own, but here we go. It seems you're back to normal. Yukari breathes a sigh of relief after hearing that. Suddenly, the sight of Yukari fills me with affection, and that makes me feel a little bit embarrassed. So I start to tease her. Well, you know, you were cute as an alpaca too. Wow, that's all you talk about. Yukari puffs out her cheeks. I can't displease my princess any further. My expression turns serious again as I look at Yukari. What? Becoming aware of my gaze, Yukari blushes. It's been so long since I've seen that look on her face. Yukari, I love you. Oh yeah, I love you too. Can you do that again? With this dimly lit warehouse, our lips touch once more. Do you take her to have and to hold, from this day forward, for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health? To love and to cherish, until death do you part. I do. I do. Okay, so by the power invested me by the Almighty Father, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Yukari. Yes? Here we go. Wait, Kazuma? We have got our wedding. So she has transformed back into being a human from an alpaca. It's a remarkably fine day in June, during the rainy season. A shower of flowers dance in the wind. Friends and family are gathered out in front of the church, giving their blessings. Congratulations, Kazuma, Yukari. You look like the perfect match. Your dress is wonderful, Yukari. I want to wear one soon. Okay, is there anybody you have in mind, Ryo? Oh, well, no. I'm always open to meeting them or having them visit. Yeah, sure, I'll think about it. Congratulations, you two. Best wishes. Wow, you look so great in that dress. Really though, Yukari. A bridal line might be worth looking into. Wait, but the budget? We want to have cute brides too. Man, you need a girlfriend first. No, it's true. I'm going to be a wizard. Make a contract with me. Okay, you're going to marry one of these white fairy things? No, I want a girlfriend, a real one. This is depressing. Let's stop talking about this. Yeah. A few are not in the mood to bless anything, however. On a different topic, once we solved the mystery of what was happening on Yukari's birthday, no other strange incidents happened. Once the dust settled, it all felt like a dream. After that, Yukari and I lived on as an ordinary couple. At times we celebrate together, like a big party we threw when we were accepted into the college. At times going to Alpaca Kingdom, where I spend all my time fluffing the alpacas until she gets annoyed and says, "You don't need me anymore now, do you?" It escalated into a big fight. Rather, it was completely my fault, so I did apologise, before we finally made up somehow. They're trifling matters, but these small joys and pains are precious to the two of us. When we decide to marry, both of our families worried, feeling it might be too early. You could say it was to be expected. Her father especially kept telling me to head over for a talk. Time and again, I had to listen to her father tell me he couldn't give her up, while clueless as to what to say to him in return. It was quite the ordeal. But now, those are all just fond memories. Today, we're able to have our wedding ceremony with the love and support of those around us. Through thick and thin, Yukari has supported me with an unfaltering smile. I am truly a lucky man. Kazuma, I'm not too heavy, am I? don't strain yourself. The subject of this whole matter calls out to me in concern. I'm fine, this is nothing. And as I say that, Yukari has a full, beaming smile on her face. Actually, this sort of feels like you want things to stay this way. Yeah, is it that obvious? I just feel so fulfilled like this. I understand the feeling. Up until today, Yukari has always done her best. Before the ceremony, we were actually already living together in an apartment and getting ready to move. Somehow, we were able to pull off the wedding, despite running around screaming so busy, while looking for a new place and making arrangements. I'm just thinking again of how blessed I am, having everyone here and being able to have this day. The smile on Yukari's face can only be described as shining. I just feel so happy, remembering everything that's led up to today. I almost feel a bit guilty that I'm this blessed. Is Yukari worrying that I feel left out? She thinks she's the only one happy here? That's not it. What are you saying? I'm just as blessed. Really? Being able to carry this incarnation of bliss, who wouldn't be fulfilled? Hey, I'm not some supernatural entity, okay? Yukari struggles in my arms. Now, you're gonna ruin your dress. Oh no, they say incarnates are the gods taking shape on earth. You're the genuine article, the true incarnation of bliss to me. Ah. She stops bonking me with her hands. Kazuma, you're my Prince Charming. Yukari mumbles as she blushes. We support each other in all things, giving each other that intangible gift known as happiness. Thanks, Yukari. We'll be together for the rest of our lives. Thank you too, Kazuma. We'll always be together. Of course, I love you. Me too. On this clear day, in the midst of the rainy season, a single white cloud floats in the sky. For some reason, that cloud looks like an alpaca to me. I laugh wryly to myself, so no one else can see. Blessings for our lives together. Okay, and that is our ending. I do believe that there is one more to go. So we've done so many, I think it would be rude to not try and finish this off. Here we go. Okay, so we've done our usual investigations and we've read through the family history. And we're just going in for that final kiss. I feel her warmth radiating against me, and at the same time, my love for her swells. It's somewhat similar to how I feel when I think about alpacas normally. Yeah, I end up with that thought after coming this far. I cringe a bit, recalling how much of a fool for alpacas I am. Yukari. Since I have my eyes closed, I don't have to think of anything unnecessary, and that's how I can move as my heart allows, without needing to prepare myself. I place my hand on Yukari's cheek, just as that great young man did in the past. Yukari holds her breath and my hand is once again wrapped in warmth. A blazing light envelops us at that moment. It's so bright that I have to shut my eyes. How much time passes me by. I slowly open them again. There, before me, Yukari hasn't changed at all. Well, I guess her expression has changed, to that of a mix between surprise and confusion. You're Kazuma, aren't you? Yukari cocks her head and asks me, Yukari, what are you saying? Well, Yukari appears extremely troubled and doesn't speak as she passes me a hand mirror as though telling me to have a look. Oh, I can see Yukari in this mirror. No, Kazuma, you've turned into an alpaca. What? What's the meaning of this? Am I this reflection? Is this possible? I move my hand to make a face, and the alpaca in the mirror does the same. I finally come to grips with what has happened, after checking myself in the mirror over and over. Instead of breaking the curse cast on Yukari, I've brought it upon myself. The realization of failure brings with a shock that causes me to black out. I tried so hard up until now, and this is the result. Why did this happen? What did I do wrong? Kazuma. It feels like I can hear Yukari's voice from far off as my vision and consciousness begin to fade. I thought the same world will be there every time I woke up. However, I was mistaken. It really is. That single phrase escapes my mouth as I rest on a bench, tired from running around all over the place since early in the morning. Black Cat, the shopping district, the park, filled with alpacas. The day after I became an alpaca, I discovered that everyone is now an alpaca. My family, friends, even my boss, travellers, celebrities, adults, children, men and women. All humans have, without a single exception, turned into alpacas. Also, just as with Yukari, not a single person noticed the change. Okay, this almost feels like everyone in the entire world has become an alpaca. Looking around for where I'm sitting, it's like I'm back at Alpaca Kingdom. There are so many alpacas, so many. The biggest difference from the kingdom is that they're wearing suits, school uniforms, holding shopping bags and the like. I feel like I'm about to do a spit take as I recall what happened the day before. Yukari never ended up turning back into a human. I became an alpaca instead. No, not just me. Everyone has turned into an alpaca. Compared to the first time Yukari appeared as an alpaca, I was able to accept this dramatic transformation pretty readily. I just don't remember how I got back after that. Did she carry me back? No, it's likely she called for someone. But, well, is there a problem with everyone being alpaca? They don't seem to care, and everything seems the same as always, save for their appearance. Morning, Kazuma. What's the same as always? A familiar voice calls out to me from behind. Your mum told me you went out early this morning, so I've been looking around for you. You could have just contacted me on my cell phone. But after you looked in the mirror and said you were going home, you haven't returned my calls. You don't remember? I was worried, so I stayed with you until you got home. I didn't hear from you at all after that, so I thought I'd check on how you're doing in person. Yukari explained to me what happened in the warehouse yesterday. I guess I lost my memory. It seems Yukari has begun to see everyone around her as alpacas too. This is just a guess, but maybe since we failed to break the curse, we messed it up and made it stronger. It might have infected Yukari with the kiss. Okay, is that what happened? I'm sorry to have worried you. It's okay, you seem fine now. Since I became an alpaca, Oh, you're still cool looking as an alpaca, don't worry. Yukari must have seen I'm a bit depressed, since she follows up in a hurry. Oh, thanks. No, it's fine, since I like this face. Yeah, I can't really say I'm disappointed that we didn't break the curse, but I can't tell Yukari that. Even though her own curse backfired on her, she's still worried about me. Come to think of it, it's impressive that you still recognise me in my alpaca form. Because you're you. I know the person I love, at least. She looks down shyly after saying it. I'm not exactly a person now, though. Yeah, well, that's true. After hearing that, the gloom I feel clears up without a trace. This is just fine for an alpaca-loving nut like me. The girl I love from the bottom of my heart is an alpaca in a world filled with my beloved alpacas. It might not be too much of a stretch to say, Yukari, right now, I'm happy. Me too. Let's be together forever. Yeah. Yeah, I love this world. I love alpacas. And I love Yukari more than anything else. And that is, I don't know if that's the true ending, or was the other ending the best ending, where you marry the human version. I'm not sure what's best, but these are the endings we got, and that is the end of PacaPlus. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a very weird journey, and this is Usho signing off, and hopefully I'll see you next time.